Hello, Periscope. This is EnvyThisStuff, talking from New York. Um, Good afternoon, everybody. I'm looking through the eBay Springs update, and I'm trying to figure it out for myself. I probably have some info as well, but I probably mainly have questions. So it'd be good to talk about it, everybody. How you doing there? We're live from New York today. I'm EnvyThisStuff. I do a bunch of stuff. Right now, I would like to talk about eBay stuff because I sell on eBay, and I sold on eBay for maybe 10 years or something now. I don't know. I probably from 2007 or something like that. Hey, how are you? Hello there, Lee Chow Tom. So yesterday, eBay made some announcements about the spring seller update, and I just want to make sure I have it all correctly. So there's basically probably about 10 things, but two or three seem to be trickling it up based on what I'm looking at on the internet and some of the eBay community forum stuff. I think there's still a number of unanswered questions though. So guess the first one is that there's some pricing structure changes in stores, and I don't have a store, so it doesn't directly affect me. But I think the basic problem, some people are saying, is the price went up. The other side of the coin is you're getting more free listings. So, and to me, it seems like the basic store looks really attractive right now because they doubled the number of things. I don't have it in front of me, but it went from 250 to 150, or, you know what, let me bring it up so I'm talking realistic numbers. Yeah, you got 200 fixed listings, and now you get 250. Auctions, you got 100, and now you get 250 for the basic one. And I think that it raised the price something like $12. So that seems an interesting thing to do. On the other side of the coin, the anchor store seems to be really kind of far out there. So I'm not sure why this, the premium's supposed to be in the middle, but it doesn't quite seem to be. Again, I don't have a store, so it doesn't directly affect me, but it just seems an interesting note. And actually, for me, the basic store probably just got a lot more interesting with them bumping up those numbers, even with the $12 more fee. So I'm curious what other people think about the pricing structures as well. Anybody have any thoughts on that? Or, of course, there's a tie into boxes, which is that now you're going to be getting a coupon for eBay branded boxes, and people seem to be a little upset about that. I don't know. Personally, it doesn't seem to faze me either way. A lot of people are like, I guess there's two problems. One is, shipping supplies are a plus. Yeah, they probably are. So I kind of looked into it. Amazon already sells probably a billion Amazon labeled boxes go out a year. I'm not trying to compare Amazon to eBay, but there's that. So then there's the factor of people claiming people are going to see the package on the porch, and right, can't be free up to that point. And it's actually a good deal. I did some comparative price looking at. So anyway, the point about the box being left on the porch with an eBay label on it is kind of neither here nor there. I'm going to point you guys to a site actually, or to a listing. In fact, let me try to type that in right now, because I have Periscope running on my PC. Let me see if I can log into my own. Okay, yeah, I did. Let me turn my volume down. I don't know why I'm talking like a munchkin, but okay, I'm gonna see if I can do this. Okay, that works. Okay, so let me type in a link for you guys. Let's see. Because they did say what the supplies were, and somebody was able to track down a link to it. So there's going to be 10 size boxes, and 7 size envelopes / bubble envelopes. So I'm going to give you a link to that and the tape. They don't seem to have the tape listed right now. Let me see if I can get that pasted properly. Okay, yeah, there we go. So there's a eBay user called eBay Shipping Supplies. So if you go to that, this is at least their current offering of boxes, and it seems to match the little information that was going at. Yes, they have costs listed. Okay. So getting back to what Tom was saying, if you look at some of the prices, first of all, they seem pretty reasonable to me. I think most people probably get them from either their boxes currently from 3 places right now. One is probably uline.com. The other is somewhere more local. Like I'm in New York City and I can get boxes cheaper than the prices here and from Uline. And I could just drive to it in half an hour. I don't have to worry about shipping. Yeah, I have to pay for gas, but I can have a relationship with that vendor, and he can give me, if there's something on sale at the moment or he has clearance or whatever, I can get deals on that. And the third choice is that people are going to get Postal Service priority boxes. So the priority boxes are the ones that makes it pseudo funny here, which is that, probably if I'm going to ship like a 12 by 12 by 12 box, it's probably busting me over the 16 ounces, and I'm going to have to go priority anyway. I'm not saying that's always going to be the case, right? On a ladder at work. Okay, go. Don't fall because I told you something that made you fall off. All right, thanks for joining. It seems to me that if you look at some of the things there, first of all, the prices by themselves are reasonable. So, okay, take it easy. The prices by themselves are reasonable. So, especially when you compare it against Uline and some of my local places. Some of the box prices Uline are lower, and some of the poly bag, the bubble polys from Uline are a little higher. So it's on average about the same. And Uline, I'm not sure because I don't use them. They may charge a shipping fee. So it still pretty much breaks even. Okay? So there's that. So that's going to be ranked against that. You're going to get $25 coupon. Now, for instance, 25 18 by 14 by 12 boxes are like $27 from eBay here. So you can get 25 boxes for your coupon. That's a reasonable deal. Same for instance, you can get a 100 8.5 by 11. I'm rounding the numbers off here. 8.5 by 10 3/4. They're calling it Air Jacket, which is a bubble vinyl bag for $30 from eBay. $30.60. So your $25 is going to get you basically 100 poly bags. Still a good deal. So if you're sending, they're definitely trying to compete with Amazon. That's certainly true. I heard also rumors, which I don't think are true, that they're afraid that the Postal Service is going to remove the free boxes. I can't believe that would be the case at this point. They've invested too much money in offering the free boxes, and they do pickup now, and they're worried about UPS, they're worried about Amazon and stuff like that. So I doubt that that's the case. So I think it is a smart move for eBay to do this. And the thing with putting the eBay label on the envelope, I think it's a weak point. Nobody's going to look at a port and say, "Oh my God, there's a box on there. Let me see if there's an eBay label on it or an eBay logo." If there's not an eBay logo, I'm going to walk away from it. So that's silly. Yeah, eBay is definitely a cash cow for USPS. And I wonder how it's going to relate to things with that are happening in China. In particular, ordering of the bags, but the e-packages and other things. It's a very, very odd relationships that go on here. So, and Amazon's huge. So not that eBay is this tiny little thing, but Amazon's huge. So there's that with all the box stuff. So that's the link, and I believe these are going to be the exact ones. I haven't heard a statement that that's going to be the case, but again, the link was there. I have eBay branded tape that I use right now. Right, and that doesn't seem to be listed here. So they're probably going to add a few more things. I can't imagine, though, that they're going to come in here and change like the 9.5 by 13 3/4 poly bubble bag to a different dimension or something. So I'm pretty sure this is the exact list of boxes and packages they're going to have. And especially the poly bags, they're nicely priced. Especially, I know there's people who also go to Staples and so on like that, or even some people go to Home Depot. And there's what's the Office Depot? Office Depot as well. So these are not unrealistic. You could probably get better pricing through eBay vendors as well. That's if you buy 1,000 or so. But I know a lot of people who just go to Staples and pick up 10 packs at a time and stuff, which is a total waste of money. So certainly from that perspective, this is the deal. And if you can get them for free, it's a super duper deal. So there's that. It wouldn't bother me personally. I mean, everybody's different. It wouldn't bother me so much if I gave out something with a Amazon thing on it or an eBay thing on it. What do I care? Yeah. And again, I don't think somebody's going to walk up to my porch and say, oh, the box doesn't say eBay, I'm not going to steal it. You know, there is probably a weak argument that if it says eBay, it kind of looks more attractive, you know, mentally, psychologically to a thief. But nah, if you're going to go make the effort to go in a box and steal a porch, you got the box. You'll figure out later if there's garbage in it or not. So there's that. So I don't know if anybody else has any other information about the boxes. Yeah, it definitely does, I think, make it look more professional too. And there's also side questions now, like is if you can see the logo on the stores at ebay.com/eBay shipping supplies. I'll send that link out one more time. I wonder if it's also on the inside of it. So in other words, are people now going to go and get the free boxes and try to sell them? It's my understanding you can't resell the coupon. Right. Or turn it inside out and use it for your Amazon orders. Actually, that's probably still allowed, because if I understand, the Amazon logo only goes on boxes that are shipped out with FBA or something, I think. So so it's my understanding that the coupon's going to be put into your account, and you'll buy the boxes against the coupon. So it's not going to be like a paper coupon that you could sell, or it may have a serial number, but I believe it's going to be directly related to your account. So I guess they kind of figured that out already, that people might be trying to sell the coupons. So there's that. So does anybody have any other information about the boxes? I just want to make sure I have it right. Again, I don't have a store, so I can't get this coupon yet. But if I get the basic store at some point. And by the way, I don't have a store because my sales go up and down based on what I do. Sometimes I don't list anything at all, and sometimes I list a lot of stuff. So because of that, I originally kept the store out. Now that I was off eBay for about 2 years, up until really this year. So as I rebuild things back up, I may reconsider it. Because I'm also hearing, because recently I've been getting the 50 free listings and the 40 free listings and all these other deals they're having. Some people seem to be indicating that once these spring changes go through, that they may not be having those deals anymore. So it'll be an incentive to get at least the basic store. I don't know. Yeah, I think the changes are good overall. Nothing seems to be super duper horrible. And again, I don't have a store, and I'm trying to remember, because I did read some things that people are annoyed about. They changed some of the categories of, I think, clothing and vintage stuff, and in particular, they made some jewelry classified as fine jewelry when the jewelry is actually kind of like garbage. So I guess if I was a fine jewelry seller, I would be annoyed about that stuff, or somebody doing vintage clothing, because I think it's now being recategorized with regular clothing, or maybe some regular clothing is being put in the same category as some of that. Yeah, people are always going to complain. So I found, again, I've been an eBay seller and a buyer since like 2007, and probably I'd say eBay is degraded over all those years. My sales have definitely declined year after year after year, but it's still a market. What are you going to do? The other choice is to leave. So if you stay, you're accepting the deal. I can't really understand how eBay logically figures out some of this stuff. It never seems to make sense to me. how they can even come up with some of it. But at the end of the day, it's an extra mechanism for me to get money, and it works well enough. And as I'm re-entering back since this year, I'm not seeing really any major problems except for the obvious. I mean, when I started out, I could sell thousands of cables. I can't do that anymore, as one example. Cables was a big thing I sell right now and sell back then. I could sell hundreds of cables a day easily. Now I'm lucky if I can get that. I don't know what the math is, but I have other mechanisms to sell my products, so this is a bonus. And as long as it's not really incurring me a cost, right, you could sell anything then. Right. And if I'm using free listings right now, there's no cost until it sells. So, I'm not, there's no real penalty. It's not like I'm having to pay $100 to post something and then whatever. So that's pretty much the issue with the boxes relating to the stores. There's also the issue about now they're going, because mobile sales are so high. So it seems like they're trying to cater to the mobile customer, which I think also makes sense. So just to be sure I have it right, let me see what here. So if your listing is 800 characters or less, then it will be posted in full on the mobile, the first page of the mobile thing. If it's more than 800 characters, it's going to select 250 of them right now. Oh, is it? What's their name? What's the Periscope ID code? So anyway, okay, I'll search for it. eBay for business. Oh, are we allowed to put spaces in names? So are you saying they have an account or that they're actually live scoping right now? So anyway, my understanding is that if you have more than 250 characters, that might be why some people left the scope. Okay, well, I'm going to end this up because I'm interested in what they have to say as well. So my understanding is if you have less than 250 characters, it'll post it fully on the first page. If you have more, it's going to do an algorithmic selection of some of them. Yeah, it's going to do an algorithmic selection of some of the sentences that you have and bring it down to 250 characters as well. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up and go over there too because I'm curious what some of the facts are. Hey, Dusty, how you doing? But there's some questions about that too. Again, if anybody has any answers to this, my email's right here. You can email me at EnvyThisStuff@gmail.com. So the thing is that, so what I want to know is the HTML counted in the 800 characters? In other words, if I have HTML embedded into my listing, even though it's not displayed, if I use the word hi, let's say my whole listing is just the word hi, I could have 500 embedded HTML characters into there. So are they counted in the 250 or the 800? In other words, is it 800 characters within the file or the thing that they use to display, or is it 800 and 250 displayable characters? Okay. Also, they are giving us a way to embed HTML into the listing and let us select what things they want to display on the first page of the mobile. And if by the way, on the mobile, there's going to be a more clickable thing. In fact, part of this is already implemented, right? All of it might be actually. I went through some of my listings and I noticed that the things they're selecting for me seem reasonable. Not in 100% of the cases, and in a few cases it actually messed it up because I already had HTML tags embedded into my stuff. And it actually thought it replaced the HTML by a space. So it broke some words up. The words actually should not have been HTMLized, but when I looked at it, for some reason they were. I had made a lot of changes to some things. Dustin, I see you coming in and out. I was trying to look at scopes actually before this, and that kept happening to me too. So, all right. Let's see, what other questions did I have? The other thing is, when you use the HTML tags that they're suggesting we use to isolate the text that we want displayed on the first page of the mobile thing, can we piecemeal it, or can it only be one section? In other words, if I wanted to take this and then something later on, can I put two of these tag sets, or does it all have to be together? All right. And the other odd thing about all this is it's 250 characters versus 800. So if your listing's 800 characters or less, for whatever the definition of the character is, again, I don't know if it's displayable characters or not, but if your thing is 800 or less, it displays the whole thing. So it can display 800 characters, but if it's more than 800, it would only display 250. So why is there that discrepancy? One hand is 250, the other hand is 800. It doesn't make sense. Why don't they let it do 800? If your whole listing is less than 800, it'll display it. So if you have 790 characters, it'll be 790. So when it's greater than 800, why doesn't it still select 790? Okay? And by the way, when the 250 and the 800 numbers, I understand, are up to. So it could actually gloss through your listing and whatever it does in the algorithm and only print out one sentence of maybe 50 characters. Okay? So there's a whole bunch of gotchas and so on. All right, I'm gonna get off here and see what the eBay thing that I pointed out was about eBay for business. All right, peace out, everybody. Hopefully everybody's cool with the updates, and let's try to figure this out together. Thank you. Bye.